What's up? It's Chill Will doing God's will. Welcome to part 2. So let's get back into it. We're going to start off with, you can't run away from your call. Trust me, I tried many times and failed. Romans 11:29 states, "For the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. For he does not withdraw what he has given, nor does he change his mind about those to whom he gives his grace or to whom he sends his call." We each have specific call to our lives that God has made. We can choose to either pick up the call or leave it to voicemail. Now that call is not going to be easy. Psalm 77:19 states, "Thy way is in the sea, and thy path in the great waters, and thy footsteps are not known." Our paths to our calling is going to be unknown to us. So there may be some bumps, there may be some sharp curves, but through faith and trust, we walk in that path. And sometimes it may be scary to us, or it may be worrisome for us because it's unknown to us. That's okay. That's going to be our normal reaction towards those situations. That's our fight or flight reaction. But through our faith, through Christ, we don't have to worry about flight or fight because Jesus handled that at the cross. So a example I wanted to use and what really spoke to me was the book of Jonah. Now, the first thing that I usually do is look at the meanings of words to help me understand better. And what spoke to me was, Jonah. And it really spoke to me because a lot of times, names back in the day had a lot of meaning. So I was wondering, what was Jonah's meaning? So I did a quick Google search, and I've come to find out that it means dove or pigeon, which is really interesting because back in the old days, doves and pigeon were used as messengers in a way of communications through overseas or long distances, or even where it could be a place of unknown to us. So it was really interesting because God was going to call Jonah to be his messenger. So what was the first chapter and what was the first verse? And God spoke to him. So what was Jonah's reaction towards that? He chose to flee. Jonah 1:3, but Jonah rose up to flee. So after hearing the word early, Jonah's first reaction was to flee because he wasn't at a place for first. He was at home because he had to rose up. So that got me thinking, why flee? So I searched it up and it had two meanings: to run away often from danger or evil, and to hurry to a place of security. And that was very interesting to me. Wasn't Jonah not in a place of security? Now, was he at a place where he can comfortably sleep because he had to rose up? So that means he had to be at a place of laying still. And wasn't God calling unto him? So God had his hand on him. Psalms 18:2 states that the Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, my God, my strength, in whom I will trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation and my high tower. Now, that's very interesting, and that can lead up to some thoughts. So I'm going to lead that up in continuation with part 3. So stay tuned.